Now these units here are Armenian archers, the ones with the daggers. I'm pushing forward here, but they're pushing forward back there, which ends up just creating a solid line across both ways. Look here. I'm going to let you look at that scene for a bit. Some good soda. Anyway, now, they do waver at some points, but they never actually run. Don't know why. Now, you can see some more units coming in here as they try and reinforce their position. They're actually pushing my units back with the units that are charging here. Let's watch. Now they're putting some more units in there, as you can see. If you can hear those voices in the background, that's just my mother and my sister arguing. There's lots of arguing in the family constantly. Anyway, let's see. The Armenian archers seem to be doing decent in melee because they have actual melee weapons, even if they are only daggers. Whenever a person dies, whenever the flag bearer dies, well, not flag bearer, but the person with the flag over their head dies, it goes on to the next highest ranking person in the thing, and they lead the troops from there on. Now, these units are starting to leave because they've just lost so much and they can't take it, as well as these units, it seems. Like, they're at the breaking point and they're retreating. So these units might as well soon. The battle over here looks like it's starting to come to a close, but this one's still raging on. However, in a couple seconds, the main body of my fighting force is going to retreat, unfortunately. And it's at that moment that I start to think to myself, I'm going to need some people to reinforce. I'm already starting to think that because after seeing everyone going down, I'm bringing them here just in case I actually have to. I'm going to engage my generals in combat if things get too bad, is what I'm thinking. However, I don't want to engage them immediately because if you lose a general, that massively demoralizes your troops, and these troops are already pretty demoralized, would probably flee very quickly. if you've ever played this game before, you'd know that these troops flee very quickly. Like you saw that a couple seconds ago. It had 8 soldiers left out of 60. Usually these soldiers flee after losing 10, like 20, sometimes even 10 troops. Because citizens, like civilians, these are essentially just civilians with weapons, are very undertrained and have very low morale, and very little discipline as well. At this moment, it looks like I can still pull this off, but it looks unlikely. However, in a couple seconds, the main body of my fighting force, yep, there they go. The main body start running. And at this point, all I've got left is like a couple camels. And I know I'm not going to be able to beat them using just this, so I need to charge in to accomplish this. Oh, he got launched from being hit by that horse. These units are firing at me, however they're not very effective in how they're firing. Because they've only got these firing, so only this, and their captain, who takes out a pistol every so often, fires. Now, the battle here coming to a close, I decide that I should engage these people over here. And I split my units and have one of them engage here, and then the other clean up what's left over here. No, looks like he's still alive. Just barely, though. Let's see if this dude die. Now, the reason these dudes were in the back was because, as we're about to find out here, they had a general. Yep, there we go. A general fighting in here. We killed the enemy general, but yet the enemy still does not flee. You can see his name right there. I'll take another sip of soda. Now, as you can see here, they've only lost like 9 troops. That my soldiers have sustained casualties, and we've lost a general. Like right there. I swear I've got the best timing. Anyway, at this moment, I decide that if I keep fighting here, my units are going to go down because they are steady, and they're tired, but they're not very tired as my troops are. So I pull my troops back to regain their stamina, because if I were to keep fighting them head-on, I would have lost. As you can see here, like 12 and 11 against 49 would not work so well. Because if they were normal, I could have taken them out. However, as we all know, they'll fight to the death. So it wouldn't have been that easy. They're taking up defensive positions right here in the middle and trying to cover their victory point. Essentially, if you stand for 2 minutes inside this victory point, you lower their flag and then raise your flag, you've captured the fort. That's one way to win. The other way to win is to eliminate all enemy presence on the battlefield, or at least cause all enemies to retreat or rout, however you'd like to say it. Now, I'm going to fast forward here, because I decide to strategize here about how I'm going to do this, because I don't see how I can possibly pull this off with this amount of troops, plus I'm also waiting for the stamina to go up. Meantime, let's look at the devastation. At some point here, I decide to turn this around, I'm not sure if I already have, and fire on this, because I think I can take that down and I can use this to fire through and hit them, but I see here that it's already been damaged and that's actually part of this complex. So, it's going to be very useless. Like, as you can see, I'm turning them around now, it looks like. I think? No. I guess I fired them before, and I'm turning them around now. Anyway. Realizing that's useless, I see my only way I can possibly do this is to move in, and now with my strategy in hand, I'm going to move in a couple seconds. Damn it, I was so good with my timing before. Thought I could keep this up. Anyway. Let's go. I'm moving my units in now, one at a time, because I don't want them to catch on to what I'm doing. I'm sorry, 1 second.